Hey, Gov-Na LoOpy here. Before this starts, I just want to do a quick apology. Our quality, excuse me, our quality is not as good as I'd like it to be, but we are a work in progress. We got good things to say, funny things to say, and I hope you enjoy the overall message of everything that we're communicating, and look over a little bit of the quality of the sound and the recording. It's not terrible, but it's not as good as it could be. Thank you for listening, and I hope you enjoy. Okay. This is Gov-Na LoOpy, and we are back with the Circle of Black Love. And we want to welcome to Craig Bot first because he records us and he's awesome. And then we want to welcome V and Jashawn. And thank you guys for joining us. Jashawn is outnumbered. I hope he enjoys it. And we're just going to do like a tiny recap from last week. Last week we started the breakdown of the Black African American family. We went on to the fall of the Black family, went to the statistics, which is the boring stuff. And we went over why our statistics were so low when it came to Black families and marriage along those lines, blah, 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 blah. And we spent so much time talking on that, we had to make part 2. So welcome to part 2. If you want more detail on part 1, because I didn't really go into that, go listen to part 1. Anyway, excuse me. We're going to move on to Patrick's research. I did not put his last name. I don't know why I don't write last names. This is the second time I've done this. We're just going to forget it happened. Anyway, Patrick did this study in 1965. It was a research study, and it was called The Negro Family. And basically, what he concluded from his study was that Black women preferred to be the head of the family. Like I think it was what they called the matriarchy or something along those lines, however you pronounce that. And I found that really interesting. And they didn't just prefer to be the head of the families. They prefer running it by themselves. And so I don't know. I don't get it. I don't get it at all. So let me go a little bit more deeper into his study. Let's see. While I'm looking deeper into his study, because I have it here in front of me, I just gotta find the right place. Jashawn, why do you think that was a conclusion that he came to off of his research?
My educated guess would be attitude from where they came from. Like it just seemed like it's better if they did it. They've been without men in the household for so long that like the one thing blacks did was they found a way to make things work. Like black people just thought outside the box. A large chunk of American creation and ingenuity is because of black people. You know, like they have talent and they know how to make stuff work. I mean, we would fed leftovers and make that work. We use seasoning and voila, we made stuff. You know, they tore us apart and well, women figured out how to make it work, and they got so good at it that they probably just prefer it. You know, there's a lot of women growing up not knowing the alternative. Like they're not knowing, like they know one side. They see a single mother. They grew up with a single mother. They don't know how dynamic the other side is. Like people do what they know. People do what they're familiar with. People do what they're comfortable. And that could probably be why. Because this is not all black women, you know. But for the ones that do. I'm thinking that's probably what it is.
Hmm. As you were talking, I remembered that I forgot to go into the question of the day. But we'll get to it eventually. V,
What year or time frame are we looking at again?
you said what time?
What
65.
year?
Okay,
Okay,
he did this study. Oh, did you say it? Yeah, 1965.
okay.
Yeah. Okay. I was wondering because I heard Jashawn say something, so I wasn't sure if he said the year. Yeah, the study was done in 1965.
Wasn't that around the time where it still was blacks were not accepted, so a lot of men got sent to jail, and women were left to fend for themselves as well as the family. If it was, or if I'm correct, and it was around that time, and like Jashawn said, we had to become like masters of filling in the blanks. We had no choice. I can't depend on my husband if he's locked up and I can't see him. My so I have to look to my mom have to look to her mom, and we gotta make some stuff happen. Like I gotta figure out something, put something together, and put bread. I have to put food on the table, clothes on my kids' back as well as my back, and suck it up.
That sounds like the black woman's narrative, don't it? I don't know. That
Yes,
kind of made me sad. That kind of made me want to go into the question of the day and come back to this.
yes, it could. Yes, it could. No, but it can tug and pull on your feelings of it made you sad, and you could sit and dwell on it of I wish, or you could say, you know what, this is what's happening. I do not accept it. I do not like it, but I have no other choice. So how am I going to push forward, press forward, and make something come together? If we all
Well,
stop and think, if we all really stop, like, if you actually stop and think about it and dwell on it, and my mom is a single mom and she's raising me and my siblings, and I can't do it, and I can't, and I can't, and I can't. If you keep doing the I can, that's then you're really gonna sit in a run. You're gonna stay there in one little spot and rot away of I can't. You have to put that to the side. Don't. I'm not saying dismiss it, lock it away, throw it away, because honestly, it's not. You can't get it out of your head. But at the same time, push it to the side and push forward. They had to.
that's called
Because
perseverance, and that's pretty much for anything in life. If you don't push forward and push past it, then you're not going to get anywhere.
True.
true.
Now,
But there's
we,
pros and cons to everything. I guess this is probably one.
Mhm.
I feel like we started this off way too sad. So we're gonna do
I mean,
a.
our topic is declining of black families. I mean, that's. I mean, it's not really
That in
good.
itself.
It's not gonna really care good. I mean, if we was to talk about why Hiroshima got bombed or something, like those are all bad memories. If we was to talk, we're talking about bad things. Like I don't know what you expect.
That's true. That's true. But let me do my rewind, dag nabbit. All right. We
Um,
have rewinded to the question of the day. And the question of the day is it's not sad. It's not sad at all. It is if you have sex with one who has multiple personalities, is it considered an orgy? And we have Jashawn to thank for this because I saw him share it on Facebook.
sorry.
So, is it?
Well, upon further thought, because I knew you were serious about the shit, I would say I would say no, but it could be because what's cool about it is like it's the same pussy, but you can have different personalities too. But those personalities are like, they would still have to be willing because they're different. Now, if you have something along the lines of DID, like dissociative identity disorder, then they don't know. They might not even know each other exists. So that's definitely a no, because you have to trigger something for them to come out. But if you can convince for regular multiple personality, you can convince them, then like shoot, could have an orgy, but like, hey, bet you had enough of you, bring Rhonda. And like, Rhonda comes and she wild, she down for that wet, hot, freaky sex, and you're like, okay, we need to slow this down. Rhonda, I need you to bring Brenda. And Brenda comes out, like you get that slow, sensual, like, yeah. I was like, okay, I need Ramona. Ramona, she just can't shut up. She just moans and moans. You're like, oh yeah, okay, I need you to bring Rhonda back. Like, yeah. Okay, I need you to bring LaQuisha back. Or, oh wait, I ain't even have LaQuisha yet. Bring LaQuisha up here. It's like that. I think that can work. That's probably a lot of work, but to catch a multiple personality, what the fuck not? I'm just saying.
But man, for an orgy, don't you need multiple bodies, not just personalities? Like,
what personality is what helps the sex?
come again?
Personality is what helps the sex. Like you have different performances. Like all you need is a little bit of imagination.
Yeah, but like, if you, I guess I'm thinking a different way. Like, I'm thinking like,
What's a body if it don't move?
no,
Right.
not that. I'm the lover of, well, yes, in addition too. I'm
Right. That's tattoo.
I'm
That's a
thinking
body.
about yeah, I'm thinking a menage a trois plus some extra friends. Like, I'm even having hitting the crazy button on one girl don't qualify in my book for orgy. Every
I
time you
don't
tap
think
the button, a different
I think
personality come
it's
out.
an
Like,
advantage.
what?
Well, I mean, that's the beautiful part about it. It's not like crazy. I'm a stabby crazy. It's like, oh my god, I'm gonna come different ways crazy. It's that's good.
Well, you have to be stroking real good to be hitting that crazy button. Didn't we discuss this already? If you're tapping that crazy button, if you're hitting that crazy button, be careful. Like, I think I posted this a few weeks back. Make sure you be careful when you hit that crazy button. Like, a different person will come up.
And
Yeah, like,
if you're bold enough, or stupid enough, or daring enough to be with somebody with multiple personalities, I'm saying why not?
alright.
No point half-assing it. Now, in an issue of software versus like hardware, okay, so hardware-wise, it's still one person, yes. Software-wise, sure, you have different programs. It's like a better sex doll with different functions.
Yo, that made me think about when she was talking about the stroking. That made me think about this tutorial that I was watching. Cause I watch sex tutorials because they're fun to watch.
They are. They are.
So this dude, he is quite frankly, literally, like he is like his job is to be a stroke specialist.
That's the thing.
It's a thing. Yes, he is a stroke specialist.
Do I have to
Okay,
go
you
to
need,
school?
you need to send that to me immediately.
Same here. Like,
I showed him some. He was like,
Like you don't just say like stroke specialist and not explain yourself. Like what the fuck is this? Like how much is it? How much does it pay? Like
do I
I need
customize?
details.
Like,
I got questions. I got concerns. I think I got.
okay, okay. He was
I want to know.
okay.
We
This
do
is
this.
this chick named Glamouratica. She
That's
doesn't
what
make
we
as
should have
many.
started this conversation out with. You just been holding back.
Oh, okay. Do y'all wanna know who it is or not?
Go for it.
Okay. Is this chick named Glamouratica? Because she doesn't really make as many videos as she used to. But almost every video she has a guy partner with her to show you different ways to do like sexual positions or just help you, like if you heavy set or thick, like how like riding without putting a lot of pressure on your legs, things like that. And but she always has a partner with her, and her partner is always a guy that's like it had like after watching the video, you think they had to fuck after that.
Yeah, she sent me that. Hold on.
And then
Jealous.
Killzown gonna
Yeah,
come out of nowhere.
yeah. What's up? Can y'all hear me? Can y'all
Yes.
He's
hear
been
me? Oh,
he been there for about 20, 30 seconds. But yeah, I'm jealous. Like I want. Why you send it on to him? I'm interested. Like shoot.
Well, we was hanging out at the time, like, hey, you want to see this video? And he was like, okay. Then he was like, I don't want to see it no more. I don't know why he didn't want to see it. Yeah.
yeah. I ain't
Then
want to see that bullshit. Cause she all talking about some. So you're gonna do this, and if you want to do a perfect back shot, you want to make sure. I'm like, turn this bullshit off.
But she
Send me
like
that
that.
shit.
But why
but
she like that? The
My
guys
bad, y'all.
all into her.
My bad. I'm extra cranky because I just left from the niggas' dens. My little brother had a concert, so I had to pull up. Because niggas. Back to our last week's topic. Niggas don't support their kids' dreams, so I'm out here, being big bro and shit, off in the back in the corner. And he just went on after 80 million niggas. I'm sorry, y'all. Sorry I'm late. But anyway, I told her to turn this shit off because ain't nobody trying to see that bullshit. Ain't nobody
you
trying to see that bullshit. Because the way you get good at fucking is by just fucking. It ain't
but
no
you see
tutorial
wait
to the shit.
no.
Now you can learn, you can read little books on different positions and shit like that. But this bitch, excuse me to all the black queens out there, but this bitch was sitting here talking about some. Well, you gonna roll your hips and do, and then when I saw that shit, I said, "Who is fucking like that?" Then this nigga
Um,
hit the hip roll. I'm like, niggas ain't stroking like that. What the
yeah,
fuck?
they are.
The fuck is that? I got
It's
to do the
Okay.
goddamn the wino dance on the bitch. Like, what the fuck?
you can't just go up and down and in and out. Sometimes you do gotta do the swirl and roll. There are techniques that you can do that women enjoy, and men do them. You
Well,
just think it's silly, cause
cause I breaks the backboard, the headboard. Matter of fact, I'm sleeping on the floor right now because I got tired of breaking these beds in half. When
well, it ain't always about breaking the bed.
no, I
Sometimes
got to
maybe
leave.
sometimes it's about slowing
I
it
don't be
down
fucking
and
all the time because
rotating
people
your
be
hips.
stingy with they cootie cat. So I got to make a lasting impression. If I don't ever see her ass again, she know I didn't choke
I
slam, rock bottom,
can't. I
DDT.
can't.
You know,
I'm not. Jashawn, you want to get in on this?
ate the pussy like
Oh,
Pac
wait,
Man and everything else. So
wait,
like just rock this bitch world, and and maybe she'll
wait,
send a
But
friend my way.
but
I don't know. I
wait.
can't. I mean, when I meet somebody.
wait.
Oh,
Killzone. Give
Cootie
us a
cat,
second.
cootie cat,
What?
My
red hot
bad.
freaky
My
sex.
bad.
I'm like, wait.
Yes. No. Red hot wet freaky sex.
Oh, oh no.
I'm just dying.
Okay, try and
Killzone,
go back on topic.
Mm-hmm.
do you ever think that maybe you wouldn't break as many headboards if I'm not
No,
Jashawn?
I gotta break the head.
Jashawn, Jashawn,
Like, what is
as an
that?
older male, what's your thoughts on this?
I mean, I don't really break my headboard. Like, my headboard has bars. Like, I use it for the handcuffs and the straps. I mean, I'm a
Uh,
tech. I'm a technician.
Yeah, ain't nobody got
No, no,
time.
no. It's not. I'm not talking about the headboard. I'm talking about the stroke specialist. He said
Oh,
you ain't got to do all
oh,
that shit.
oh
All that
no,
shit
no,
is
no,
unnecessary.
I'm ready. Send that shit to me. I need to see this shit.
I'm too big for all that shit. First of all, now I'll do it, but I'm still too big for all that shit. Now if I'm be looking like motherfucking let me think of somebody. Uncle Phil, not Uncle Phil. What was the dude off Family Matters when he was sitting there dancing with his wife? The big dude,
Um,
Carl off of Carl.
Reginald,
You're not
Reginald
nearly as
Johnson or
big
something
as
like that.
Carl. What the fuck?
Yeah, Carl, but I think his real name is Reginald Johnson or something like that.
This is some roly poly oly shit. You ain't no roly poly oly shit. And he was short.
Hey, hey,
Six
hey,
four.
hey, 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 hey. Why are we attacking Carl? Why is he on trial? I don't understand. Like, that need to back off.
Oh my God. Who's the
I don't know.
other?
I'm just saying. And then the dude just looked extra. He was sitting there looking like he hitting the quan and shit in the pussy. And then, like, like, I just want to let all y'all, the whole world know the age of the twerk and nasty videos on YouTube and motherfuckers coming up off of YouTube is over. They didn't came through and shit. We need to bleep have this podcast out because, I mean, the monetize.
No.
Well, we ain't gonna do
But
that. But I'm just saying, what the hell?
okay, actually, the glamour lady is the closest thing to a sex therapist without being a sex therapist. It's, a lot of her videos are about helping people, not just about doing things that people want to watch. But we're gonna move on from this.
Please put me your notes to send that to me. I'm just
I will
out for
send
tea.
you the video of the stroke specialist. All I know is I watched that and I was like, "Whoo!" That's all I'm saying. Anyway, we gonna move on. We gonna move on to some more boring stuff. We get into the one more research. I think I got one more research, and they called this at the what Pew Research Center is what it was in 2010. The Pew Research Center. Excuse me, I run out of water. The Pew Research Center asks respondents to rate the importance of various factors when choosing a male or a mate, and found that Black women have high expectations, basically. And that kind of made me think, like, do we have high expectations or do we have reasonable expectations that men just don't want to
Hi.
meet?
No, don't try and quote that shit. Hi.
Super high.
I'm not even waiting for the guy to climb in. I am jumping ship. Sorry, Makante. Women have too much of freaking high expectations. And this is on a personal note because I just spoke with my niece the other night and she told me crazy and I wanted to choke the bitch through the phone. Sorry. But yes, women have very, very high expectations. And sometimes we know fully well that we're never going to even come close to it. And we feel that we're not going to settle because this is what I want. And you know damn well you yourself ain't even close to what you want. So no, women have a high expectation. Sorry, somebody else could
Okay.
chime in.
Uh, we'll take
I
it.
kind of sort of feel, well, I
Forward.
agree with her. I kind of sort of feel offended. Like, damn,
I'm
rare.
sorry.
I
I
mean,
mean,
it go back to what I said last week, and what I said
Well, the
last.
red hot 50 sex.
No, no, no,
red.
no, no. We leaving that alone. Damn it, we leave. We leaving that alone. But what I'm saying is no. What I'm saying is like I said in that scene in Atlanta. Black women and black men, we're not afford because we don't have that family structure because of the red hot, wet, freaky sex.
Oh my
So,
god.
no.
I thought you said you left
Let
him
me cook.
alone.
Let me cook. No, I was just touching on it. I was just touching on that. I'm moving on from it, but I'm glossing over it. So what I'm saying
Okay.
is, because we don't have a family structure that other races have, mainly white people.
But why mainly white people? That's bullshit.
Well, I'm saying
Latino
I'm
people have
not.
a stronger wife, have a
Yeah.
stronger family structure than any fuck.
Well, yeah, you're right, but at the same time, her ass getting beat. Chi Chi
She
ass
ain't.
getting whooped. No,
Say
for
what?
real,
Okay,
this shit be happening. I be here.
bullshit.
I'm not just
Like the
saying.
white men wouldn't whooping like they wouldn't whooping their bitches first.
Yeah, but see, when that happened, though, they call the police and
No,
the
they
No,
shit be
no.
didn't.
When
done.
that happen, they get away with it
No.
because they got connections and because they the men. For the
Okay,
longest
well,
time,
my whole
it was
point of it
okay
is,
for a white
other
man to
than
beat his
other.
white wife.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. All right. So, but what I'm saying is, we don't have the family structure. Many black kids grow up in homes where they got to turn around and take care of mama, take care of grandmama, simply for the fact that they did what they were supposed to do, which was keep a roof over your head, keep you fed, and keep you clothed, and made sure that you got some school and to the doctor and everywhere. Being a parent, black black parents have to be reimbursed for their parenting. So
Not
being
all. Well, I'm sorry. And I shouldn't say. I'm sorry for cutting you off and saying that. Um, it depends on. I'm sorry, but I'm just gonna say it depends on which region are we talking about? Because
no
not
no 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 no, we talking about right here in America. We
okay.
ain't talking about. I'm because I'm saying it from an American standpoint. We
What?
talking good, but like I'm saying it from that standpoint, because then too. Well, even across, because I got
No,
friends that live in different countries too, but
no. I'm
it's not as bad. Well, go ahead, because I know you.
I'm talking when I'm saying region. I'm sorry for cutting you off. When I was saying region, I mean I know we're talking about America, continental USA. I get that, but what I'm thinking is a lot. There's a good chunk of the black community that have parents that don't expect them to come back and take care of me. I raised you to a point. I want you to be the best you can be. Get out my house and do that. And they don't want you to look back on, I raised you, I put food in your mouth, so when I reach old and I shit my pants, you need to come back and clean it. They have a handful that don't want that. They just want their kids to be better than they were.
Exactly,
Oh,
but I'm
well,
talking
in my
about
house, go back to being butt naked and wet hot freaky sex.
no, no. What I'm saying, but I'm saying that's I would say, and the other flip side to it is this: a lot of black women want expect high expectations because they've had the family. So, but unfortunately, it's more of the men that are on the downside and the women that are on the upside. And it's
I
something
don't know
that
what that means.
no. What I'm
I'm
saying
confused.
is there are more black women, and I'm gonna just well I can't really I'm gonna use an example. When the mother has a daughter, the daughter is going to be gamed up because the mother can teach the daughter how to be a woman. The woman cannot teach a man how to be a man properly, and so he is then treated as the man of the house. So there it is expected, and there is less opportunities given to the man. Like the women in the family gather around the baby girl because it's the baby girl. Like they're going to make sure that she is successful. When it comes to the man has to, even though he's not been taught by a man how to properly be a man, he is expected to be a man, and this overwhelming responsibility is placed on his shoulders. So now, this is why you got these guys out here in the street. You got these guys
Mm-mm.
breaking the law. You also have brothers that are, now because there are more black brothers that are going and graduating from college now that are being successful. They're starting businesses and stuff like that. But it's still slim pickings because women outnumber us 3 in some places 5 to 1, and so with black women they have less of a choice. But at the same time, I'm gonna also say this real quick, and I'm gonna get off the Killzown box. Black, I mean, women in general are picky. So women want they want an attractive, clean cut, rock solid, fine ass nigga. And so not all women. Some women like chubby dudes. Women like short dudes. Some women like older men. Some like younger than them. But by and large,
Wait. Killzown, you been talking this whole time?
where
Where
everybody
you
in
been?
roll call,
Yeah.
yeah, no, they was letting me cook. But that's all I'm saying. Women,
Uh-oh.
Okay. You there still?
I'm here. Are
Killzone,
you
you
talking
still
about
there?
him?
men, we
Kill.
will get
I
who we
You
think
want.
he's
going in
breaking
and
up.
out,
Women
Killzone.
fuck who they want to. Men fuck who they can. And I'm gonna drop the mic saying,
Okay.
what? Okay,
I
hold on.
went out for like 30 seconds to a minute and came back and he was still going.
I know. I was trying to understand what he was saying.
I
No,
don't
what
know
I
what
was
he was
saying.
saying. Okay, go ahead.
What I was saying was, let me turn my car speaker down. What I was saying was black women, well, not black women, women in general, fuck who they want to fuck,
Oh, we're not doing
and
this
men,
again.
no, and men, no, and men fuck who they can. What this means is
Oh my
black,
god.
like I was saying, with black women on both sides of the spectrum, they're either they don't have the family unit, so they're expecting the man to take care of them, or they've had the family unit, they're very successful, and they need a man to meet their standard.
Mm.
Unfortunately, with black men, you might have one out of every three or four black men that have, established some type of lifestyle that they're, taking care of themselves, they're paying their bills, they're financially free. They either have a high paying job or they're an entrepreneur, but the rest of them, they out in the streets or they're throwing they're putting it in guys' hands to be an entertainer or a ball player or something like that. So black women have less of a choice compared to other races of men who are successful. That's what I was saying. So that's why we all got such high expectations because either you've had the family unit or you didn't, and you either want somebody that you've had, like you've had your father in the house and has been taking care of your mother, you want that, or if you haven't had that, you want a man to take care of
Well, no.
Yeah, I don't really
Um,
want a man
that,
to take
that
care of me.
end part it was it, well, I guess let me put that. Maybe for most, it have a
Not
small
even. I
selection
can't
that
even say
I'm not even
most.
close to. No, because I do. Okay, so from experience, I grew up in a house where it was all females, no male. Dad wasn't around, then he passed away. My expectation was I need to be to this level. I'm not depending on no guy to be there so he could carry me and yada yada yada. My niece that grew up with me, she has that expectation, or she had it until she realized life is not all rainbows and sunshine and unicorns and cupcakes and all that foo crap. Like, so
Niggas
I
ain't
get
shit.
what happened.
I said men ain't shit. I'm just saying.
And then the thing is, most of us being the women, we look for at social media. It's not just the family. We look at social media. We watch the videos. We watch the movies. The happily ever afters. Oh, that woman had the perfect guy. I want that. I want to hit. I want what she have. And we look to Hollywood mainly to say, okay, this is what I want in a guy. Boom, 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 boom. And then we start trying to break the guy that comes to us. Oh, I can't talk to you because, and this is the shallow part is he has the intelligence, he has the background, he has everything, but because he's short, we ain't talking to him. If he ain't over 6 and 6'1", I ain't talking to him. He could be the best guy in the world to you, and because he hit one or two negatives on your list, ain't talking.
That's a lot of work mentally, first of all. Second of all,
but the thing is, yes, it is a lot of work, but because we watch social media so much and pay attention to all these movies so much, it's already, you think it's a lot of work because you may not have looked at it that way. But these girls from small has been programmed watching Disney movies with Cinderella and the prince is gonna come and save me and all that BS. It's already pre-programmed.
You're right. But the only Disney movie I really liked was Mulan. That should tell you something. Excuse me.
The
thing that I dislike a little bit is men saying that they want an independent woman. But when they get an independent woman, she too independent. So they don't want the independent woman. So then they get
You just cut out.
Is there a middle ground, first of all? Second of all,
Pause. Go back like 45 seconds. You cut out. Didn't hear what you said.
Okay, so it was my what I was basically saying is just men and they're wanting, I want an independent woman. And I somewhat think that at some point, like we're going back to the program thing, they were programmed to think that an independent woman is everything that they need. Because for the longest time, Black women were screaming, I'm independent, I don't need no man. I'm independent, I don't need no man. I'm independent, I don't need no man. And eventually, that sunk in. They independent, they don't need no man. Well, if you don't need no man, do it yourself. I want that independent woman. Show me you that independent woman. And I be like, but can I just embrace my... don't be singing that shit in my ear. I hate that song. I mean, because I don't want to do everything a man can do. If women were made to do everything that men do, then there wouldn't be men and women. To me personally, we would just randomly be born with, like, I don't know. Anyway,
not anyway. That means you'll be a frog. That means you can change that and you can do what you want. You can handle your own business. That's it.
Well, yeah, I think that we should embrace the differences as men and women instead of trying to do everything that each other can do. That, to me, that is the biggest problem. To me, that started in the Black community. Not just that we're trying to do everything that they can do or men can do. It's just like we had to. So because we had to, we went from had to wanting to making a point, to proving something, to making it known, to this and this and this, and then feminism, which I hate. Oh, I hate modern feminism. Because the reason why, I'm going on a tangent real quick. The reason why I hate modern feminism is because it went from we should have equal rights to we should have the right to judge other women and men that don't think like us. And so if I say that I don't agree with something that they do because they go to the extremes, like eye rape is not a thing, okay? You can't rape somebody by looking at them. That's stupid. So when they say stupid shit like that and not disagree because they're just trying to encourage the hate of men so they can flip the fucking tables.
Well, let me hold up. Modern feminism is basically from women who were started by women who couldn't get no ping. But anyway.
But wait,
you interrupted me to say that shit?
Wait. But
what you saying, V?
My question for you. So there's never been a guy that you've seen that like damn, like drop dead gorgeous, attractive, and you just start like in your head if I take off his shirt, I wonder how it look. If I drop those pants in your head, you never like did an X-ray on a guy and like, if I take this stuff and you put in your expectation on the guy, like, I want to see this, I want to see that. You never did that to any guy. Yes. You never did that to any guy.
I'm not really a physical person. I mean, that's one of the biggest things about me that's one of the weirdest things about me. I came to my mom, I think, when I was like 14, and I was like, "Ma," I said, "I'm not really into women, so I don't think I'm trying to come out to you. But like physically, guys just don't really have a large appeal to me. Like I just don't look at a guy and think, yes." You know what I'm saying? I don't. I could look at a guy with
You
nice
have
abs
never,
and think, huh, that took a lot of work. I can appreciate the work that took. I wish I had
so
that work
never,
ethic. It doesn't
so
go into.
never, so you never watch a actor or anybody and I'm like, damn, I wonder how it would be if if those pants were just a little bit lower, or let me envision the pants off. You've never done that to an actor.
No.
All right, kudos to you.
As far as I've gone is like the way someone carries himself. So like there's one actor that I had a crush on for a while, and it wasn't really with all of that. It was more the way that he carried himself in
How you boring?
interviews and on TV, and that was Shamar Moore.
How you boring? You never. I mean, if I'm around you, I'm probably gonna be a bad influence. Anyway, continue on the topic. Sorry for the sidebar, guys.
Okay. But no, I just so to me, feminism had
You
a
guys there?
huge,
It's still recording.
huh?
Hello,
Can you hear me? I can hear you.
guys.
Killzone.
I'm here. I got mine. I got my what you call it on.
Okay, and I heard Jashawn. So we good. So to me, feminism has a lot to do with, but again, I also don't understand men and their thought process with the I want the independent woman, but I don't want the independent woman.
Hey, hold on. Valencia, if you can hear us, I think your headset is muted.
Yeah, you muted your headset. You gotta hit both of them. She muted herself. Hit both of them. Type it in the
Miss
chat.
Loopy, are you there?
I'm here.
Tell her turn the headphones back on. She gotta hit the button next. Somebody, I'm driving. So
I'm sure
somebody
she can hear us say that.
text it in the chat or in the Facebook chat.
Go out. So Jashawn, can you do it?
I'm doing it.
She so what you mean you don't wait a minute. Well yeah, you did. You told me that.
I told you what?
You told me that you weren't a physical person. Why you keep on saying I got a handsome head?
Because you appeal to me.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so maybe saying I'm not a physical person wasn't the right way to describe it. Maybe the right way to describe it is it's not the first thing that hits me. Like I'm not attracted to someone unless I know someone. It's the weirdest, oddest fucking thing in the world.
No,
Like
I
I
get
could
it.
look at you and you could be the most attractive man on earth, but I'm gonna look straight past you. I'm not gonna do a second look. Once I start to talk to you and get to know you, then I start to like people are invisible to me unless I'm talking to them. So unless I start to talk and get to know you and I'm talking and we jive and then I start paying attention to you and your features. And then once I start paying attention to you and your features, it's like, huh, this person is attractive. I didn't even notice.
That makes sense. I'm kind of the same way. Like I notice somebody, but if their personality is shitty, then I ain't fucking with them. Basically,
Yeah,
like I should have
I don't
came.
know.
No,
Where
but go ahead.
our island people go?
She okay. She gotta unmute your mic. You can hear us. I know you can.
I know I can hear you guys. I was like, you can talk. I don't
There
know
you
what
go.
happened before.
Oh.
I don't know what happened before. I thought I hung up on you guys. I was like, nope, everything is still here. It says recording. I have no clue.
Oh man. I'm just having a laugh of my life tonight.
Really?
I'm surprised I ain't high all that damn smoke they was smoking. It was a smoke session for real.
Poor Killzone.
And and unfortunately I can't. Well, no, because I don't need. I don't need.
So in short,
Thank you from last week.
women's
I was gonna
expectations.
I'm sorry, you guys went in and out, both of you. What were you saying? Somebody?
I said, so in short, women's expectations is too damn high. That's where we at.
Yep.
Alright, well, first of all, I'm moving on because we got like 10 minutes. Give me a sec.
That's pretty much where we stop.
So I'm going to go into a little bit more statistics. About, let's see, these women were asked a few questions. And they were asked how important it is that a good husband or partner provide a good income. 2/3 of Black women said it is very important compared to 32% of white women. It's because they got dower, what's those things called? When you marry a chick and her family give you money.
Inheritance.
Dowry.
Yes, they got all those. Said that was a joke. Nobody laughed. Okay, let's move on. Roughly 55% of Black women said it was very important for a husband or a partner to be well educated compared to 28% of white women. Half of Black women said that financial stability should be an important precondition for marriage, but only a quarter of white women felt that way. So my take on this is Black women witness the struggle more than the white women did. And this goes all the way back to women needing security. The number one thing that women look for in relationships is security. And everything that people think is petty ties back to that. A woman checking her man's phone, which I don't approve of. I've actually done a rant on it. So a woman checking a man's phone looks like an insecure, petty woman, but she's insecure because she has no security in her man or security in herself. Women following or watching their men or analyzing everything, it's all security. It all comes down to security, whether or not a woman feels secure in a certain place or situation. So growing up in a struggle, watching your parents or single moms struggle, I guess there were some single dads, but it's really single moms outnumber it. Watching that happen, what becomes your number one priority? What becomes, you don't want that for yourself? So you know that you don't want that for yourself. You know that you don't want that for a family that you want to build. So because you know you don't want that for yourself and you don't want that for a family that you would like to build, then you say, okay, so if I'm on this page, then whoever I want to be with has to be on this page. They have to understand that we can't do the same thing that they did before us. So he has to have this, he has to have this, and he has to have this because we have to be secure financially because I won't be unsecure financially. Witnessing that breakdown and being insecure or not, financially can push you as you get older to be secure financially. Ever want to go back. Is that not the case? Hello?
Okay.
Are you guys talking or are you just like,
Yeah,
did
I'm
I go
listening to
out?
you.
Okay, we
I'm
can't
listening
have
to
dead
you.
air.
No, sorry. I'm listening to you while doing mommy duties. Sorry.
Oh, you're fine. So guys,
I mean, it's true.
Okay. Killzone. If I made Killzone speechless, I know I did something. Alright, we're gonna chop it up to make him speechless. Oh no, I didn't. Okay. What'd you say? Killzone.
Oh, he muted again.
Oh Lord, we're moving on. Okay. So another person, the person that wrote this article that a lot of this research is has in it that I broke down a lot
and
of
I
this
want
stuff
the
from.
bill to be large.
What?
It only comes like when I tried to do it in large. It said it.
For real? Can you mute yourself?
To you, I'm gonna try to remember this. Make a large fry for you. Okay. And let the front
Yo, y'all hear this?
Okay. All right. Thank you. Thank you.
Can you mute yourself again if you gonna be at the drive-through window?
Oh, my bad. I thought I had it muted. My bad.
You did it first.
Wow. Okay. So the person that wrote this article, her conclusion that she came to was Black women in the study had the strongest pro-marriage attitudes. They were very motivated to be married. But the ratio of Black men and undersupply of employed Black men fully explain the lower likelihood of marriage for Black women. She also said that Black marriage rates would raise once a higher percentage of Black men are employed. So basically, she implies that using the statistics that Black men's lack of employment or opportunity for employment is the reason, and the higher the unemployment rate is, the higher chance that Black marriage is not to happen. Basically, she's saying that's the ultimate contributor.
She's full of shit.
Oh, damn. I got and y'all saying right. I'm just saying, because if I want a big frou over the top wedding, like we have to have some money. Like, if I want a $10,000 wedding because I want to show off, then we have to have some money. Instead of that, no.
A bunch of bullshit.
That $10,000 wedding is some bullshit too. I want to elope to Vegas and go from there to the honeymoon. The honeymoon is what you spend it on, and the rest you put in savings to live.
What's City Hall? The flight and all that. Just take the money for gas City Hall, and then you go for your honeymoon.
I'm not getting married in no courthouse.
No, you can get married.
Well, why are we going? Why Las Vegas?
No,
I don't know. I've been planning this since I was 10.
You watch too much in Hollywood.
Not really. That's not what motivated me to do that at all.
Why
my grandparents were together for like 20 years or so, and they went to Vegas with a couple of friends. They got married and they had fun, and then they came back. It was cheap, but it felt special. And it wasn't extravagant. I don't like the big extravagant weddings. I feel like it's a waste of money and time. And they say, well, the wedding's for the family. Why? The weddings are for me. The family didn't do all the shit that I had to do to communicate with this person, build trust with this person, have that connection with this person. No, we did that work. The wedding is for me and him. It is to celebrate that we got here together. And so what'd you say?
I mean, y'all free to show up and attend. We'll share it with you. But we still running things. Sit your ass down.
Right. So it's like, so I like the get away together, and get married together and just celebrate and party in that awesomeness and realization that we got here.
I mean, but that's the thing though. Like it's most women want to have that big extravagant ass thing. It's not necessary. It's not for their ego. They want to show. People want to show off for their wedding. People want to have a whole bunch of shit going on just so they can stand up in front of another motherfucker that they don't like for real. And
Killzown, you going out?
Can you hear me?
No, he's right. No, you're right.
Okay. Yeah.
But
yeah, I can hear you.
No, I'm saying just so they can stand up.
That is what the wedding is for. That's literally what it is for. You're basically making your commitment in front of God and everybody else is there. Like it really is.
And I've always found that to be silly.
Yeah. I don't know who go on my side. I ain't gonna say I ain't gonna have nobody, but I don't know who on my side besides my mama and my grandma. I don't even like niggas enough, or like niggas. I don't even know who would be like my like my groomsmen. Like I'm
for real,
basically.
Like I made my mom and my godmom promise that if I get married, they have to be there. Those only two people that I made that promise to. Everybody else, you can get pictures. Like I don't really care because it ain't for you to me. Sorry.
Look cute.
Save money, live better.
Yep, you're right. I never wanted to get married. Did it, but I didn't want to get married. It was like, screw that. That's a waste of time. Like, we good.
A little bit, but were you? Did my headphone go out again?
Maybe.
Okay, I'm sorry. Anyway, sorry for the people on the podcast. Like, I have a loaner phone from Sprint because they're fixing my phone, and they gave me an iPhone 5S.
Apple device.
And this has a headphone jack, and there's a reason why iPhone doesn't have a headphone jack anymore. Okay. I'm sorry. Go ahead, y'all.
Oh Lord, yeah. Like outside of the we want to spend X amount of money, which is ridiculous. Everything else just sounds legit.
Well, like I said, a lot of women want to shit on all the other women that they know, their friends, their enemies, their family. They just want to walk up to they want the wedding to be a big flex, so they could be like, nah, the boo boo, bitch, I got a man. And you don't.
Fuck
y'all. And those are the same women to me that get divorced because why you gotta do that? Boo boo, I got a man. If I got a man and he got me, I don't really give a fuck who watching.
Some women ain't like that though. There's
a lot of type of women that get divorced, mind you. Trust me.
Yeah. That's true. That's very true.
There's a lot of men. Like, look, honestly, first of all, this is why I'm saying this bullshit. That little last line of that article, I don't know if she's a black woman or a white woman. That's one of the most ignorant shit I've ever heard. Like, because first of all, while women are having that attitude, men are still moving forward. And if they can't move forward with a black woman, they'll move forward with whatever woman that wants to support their dream or help them get to the point that they are. Because black women got cut down. They got cut down, and now they're making their way up. Women got cut down, and they fought, and now they're making their way back up. But people, not everybody, okay, let's put that disclaimer, not everybody, but people generally reward the person who's there by your side after you come up. Now, shit may change, you might get power hungry, yes, I understand there's that aspect of it, but generally, when people make it to a certain point that they're proud of themselves for, they look around and see who was there, right? And for anybody who has the attitude, well, okay, I'm going to be here until you get your shit right, right? Well, guess what? I got my shit right, and you weren't there. I don't want you. You know what I'm saying? Because like Killzown said, there's like 3-1 on women in average. Hell, even Atlanta, I think it's like 11-1. Okay, I have options. Okay, and I'm gonna choose. Usually, I would choose the people who's there for me. Now, if black women wants to have an attitude, okay, I need you to get this right before you can step to me. Then I will more than likely go with the woman with the attitude like, oh, we can do this shit together. Come here, let me help you. And I don't care what color she is.
And to me, that comes back to support. Like you said, the key word is support. The main thing I hear men speak on is support. Women being there. And that is one of the things that women are supposed to specialize in. It's almost it's damn near our purpose. As how I feel about it, not every woman agrees with me, especially feminists.
We suck at that.
Hmm?
We suck at it. We're supposed to be so great at it, but we suck at it. Like,
well, they're supposed to be great at providing security.
But the problem is we have different definitions of it. Like men and women have different definitions of what support, what security looks like. Sometimes women are more secure in diamonds. So sometimes women are more secure in a dude with a job. Sometimes women are more secure with somebody who's big and alpha. Like that definition can change. Like one of the biggest definitions that's misconstrued between men and women is the word independent.
Okay, well, support can be said the same way. Some men view support differently. Some men view support. She not supporting me if she don't take care of all of my bills while I'm
Exactly.
on the streets. So
Exactly.
it can be gone. It can go either way. But
Well, I'm agreeing with you. Like, there's a lot of words. I mean, I just use that example, but support definitely. You're right. Support. We have different definitions of like a lot of different words. Support is one of them too.
can we all come to the conclusion that women and men just really need to push into what they're supposed to do and what they're supposed to be best at and put work into that, which is it's not always having one mindset of security. It all depends on who you're with and who you want to be with and what life you want to lead. If you want a woman who where diamonds makes her feel secure, then recognize this is the type of woman you want, and you have to be able to provide that security. Excuse me. As a woman who wants a man that wants to give her diamonds as security, she has to recognize that he sees some things as support, like maybe making him dinner every night. Maybe to him that's supporting his life.
Hold on.
What?
If a man generally, them type of women be the finest of the fine women.
Some type of women
And
be the fakest of the fine women.
well,
Fake
generally a lot of them,
eyelashes, fake hair, fake
yeah,
boobs,
it's some of
fake
them
ass.
some of them is naturally beauty, but at the same time, niggas love that hot, wet, freaky sex, and
The fuck is
they
that?
want to have it with the most finest woman as possible,
What the
especially
fuck this
black
got
women.
to do with what the fuck I was saying?
No, what I'm saying is, men compromise themselves instead of getting a lot of men. We will pick the fine or the the vain woman, the superficial woman, if she look good. Same way
That's
that women.
how does this focus on my point though?
No, what
This
I'm
has
saying
nothing
is
to do with my point.
no. What I'm saying is some men value having a support system, and they ain't necessarily worried about how fine she is or whatever. And so you got different levels of guys. You got guys that don't care because they have that ambitious, courageous attitude. They gonna get it done regardless. So they really don't need a woman to like. They just need a woman to stand there and take a dick. But then you got some guys that have been grinding and struggling alone, and the woman that they thought that they loved and they thought loved them turned on them. Just like what Kay said, it's not that no man wants an ain't shit ass woman. Just like a woman don't want an ain't shit ass man. But men, because we get who we can and women get who they want, men get emotionally invested with these ain't shit bitches, and then that's what that's in turn turns to
Killzown.
men.
Killzown. You are an awesome person. That has shit to do with what the fuck I just said.
No, but that's what you were saying. You were talking about how women.
No, I said if you want something, you gotta recognize the level of what you want. I said if you know that you want this kind of security, then you go get that kind of security. If she know that or you want that kind of support, you get that kind of support. So if you know that this girl wants this, and you want to be the person to provide that, you want to give that security, you have to understand what you're getting back. That security and support was what the fuck I was talking about. The levels and expectations that come with security and support.
But I'm saying
But
it's
no,
just
you're
like
not. You're
no.
talking
That's what.
about ain't shit bitches.
No, what I'm saying is no. What I'm saying is men don't purposely go and say I'm gonna take my money off. No, that's what I'm trying to say. Men are not out here purposely saying I'm gonna go out here and Kate, back me up on this. We ain't going out here saying we just gonna trick our money off on this type of woman, because now if a man does that, they a sucker. But most men ain't falling in love with no girl and sponsoring no girl and marrying no girl to sponsor a girl, because we know, if niggas with common sense know,
I
once
should have
this
got
money
vodka tonight.
fall. No, I'm saying once this money fall, if I ever hit a rough patch, this bitch gonna disappear in thin air. She gonna vanish.
How the
They
fuck
gonna
this got
beam
to?
up.
No, no.
No, but ain't no nigga
No,
too. No.
no,
Most
cause you
men.
on topic and you interrupted me to say some shit that had nothing to do with the fuck I was talking about.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm.
No,
Okay,
you're
okay,
not though.
okay. Never mind. Cause you're not seeing what I'm saying. Can't explain to her what I'm trying to say. Cause maybe I'm not explaining it the right way.
It's okay. It's taking you a while to get there, and the problem is you interrupted her to say this. That's rude in of itself. But you take it forever to get to your point. I mean, I see what you're trying to get at, but you spend a lot of time on the facts, and then you deviate and whatnot. But you give us a lot of dots, but then you don't connect them. It takes a while for you to connect them. So a lot of times we're listening to you, and we're like, okay, where are you going with this? Like you're saying a lot of stuff that's actually true, and circumstantial, but like I can see what you're saying, and it's true. You're spitting a lot of facts, that's a lot of dots, but you're not really connecting them just yet, and you're taking a while. And which isn't bad because you're used to it, but the fact that you interrupting her to do this is where she gets
My
upset at
my
you.
my my my, my bad, Luke. My bad. My bad. And sometimes I get Kanye long. Go ahead.
I don't remember where I was going anymore. That's
Basic,
what's frustrating about it.
basically, you were saying that like women, basically, if you have a dude and this is what you wanted to do, that you have to be like yeah, like you have to be that for that dude. Like if you know this is what you want, this is what you need to be, what you need. That's what I was getting from it before that.
Yeah, it's like if you recognize that you want a level of support or security, then you need to be able to recognize that the person that you're looking for has that support or security. Don't be mismatching yourself. I played
So,
basketball for a
so
while.
if I hear you correctly, you're beginning with saying like they have to have better discernment in what they're looking for. Is that what I'm hearing?
I mean, I didn't say that, but that's a good point.
Well, I'm asking. I'm just trying to make sure I understand where you're coming from.
Better
Yes.
discernment. I have to say, yeah. Actually, you know what? Yeah, I had to think about it for a second. Um, we gonna move a bit. We gonna move on. And I had a lot of questions after that statement. but I didn't get to them for real. But I'm still gonna get to them. Like, I'm gonna toss them out these are the questions I had after I read it. You don't have to. Nobody has to answer them. Just think about them. So it was like, does it really come down to numbers? Do black women just outnumber black men? You guys have to remember that black women do outnumber black men. Everybody outnumbers black men. Do black men just prefer to marry outside of their race or ethnicity? Is it all these factors together, not just one factor? And if so, which one has the most impact? That's the question I wanted to ask. So which factor do you guys think have the most impact? The fact that there are way more black women in there, or I don't know, way more, but more black women than black men? The fact that black men just say, fuck the struggle, I'm gonna marry outside of my race or ethnicity? Or that, like, you guys have already knocked out what the lady said about unemployment.
What?
In general, it maybe have more women than men. 1, 2, for them married outside the race. If I can't deal with if me and you can't click and we can't get on the same level mentally, shoot, go look for somebody that matches your level. Like, if you go outside the race, be my guest.
Amen. I have nothing to get.
I want you happy. I want to be to your level. If I can't get to your level, and me and you are the same, and you meet somebody else, shoot, it could be a freaking alien for all I care. As long as you guys aren't safe, go for it.
I'm all for interracial couples. I mean, I've had so many interracial interactions when it comes to men and women type relationships. It's ridiculous. Mainly with white men. I don't particularly like white men more than any race or ethnicity. It's just what happens or what has happened. And also, I'm also not a female that'll go up to a man and say, "Hey, take me out to dinner," or "I'm taking you out to dinner." I feel like any men that I would like to be with need to have the initiative to do that. And that's just how I feel that's how I personally feel when it comes to men. To me, a man should take what he wants.
So,
and some men feel like that way about women.
May I ask the question? If you won't approach a man and say, "Hey, let's go out," if he never expressed to you that he liked you in that way, how you expect him to do that? Why are you putting those
Now, when I say approach a man, I won't sit here and ask a man out for the first time. It won't be me. I may sit there and talk to him, but I won't ask him out.
Why?
It's just not who I am. It's just not. It's not It's just a principle thing to me. It's something that I look for. It is one of the things to me that shows. It's like one of the first things to me that show me that a man is the man that I want to be with. Because any man that I want to be with wouldn't really want to be with any woman that's chasing men. And to me, that's a sign of chasing men. I don't chase men.
So this is my thing. And guys, I play the fence. I my mind is like twisted, wired, fucked up kind of deal. But this is my thing. If you don't approach a guy and say, "Hey, I like you, let's try something." If you guys don't communicate and reach to a level where you guys are open, that he can talk, he could ask you first, or you could ask him first. Where do you expect anything to go? How do you expect a guy to know that you like him to that level?
I didn't say that I wouldn't tell a guy that I like him. I said I wouldn't ask the guy out.
Okay, so how are you so sure he's ready to ask you? How are you so sure he even thought about it? How are you so sure he even thought about asking you out? He just probably like you.
If he ain't thought about it, then we don't need to go there.
But your mind is there. If
Okay.
your mind is there, but he probably ain't even thinking about it, which that is one thing that women don't realize that happens a lot. I'm gonna assume that he should know that I'm into him, so he needs to ask me. If and sometimes sometimes you assuming that okay, I am gonna expect that after X amount of time we click, we good, we this, we that. He's gonna ask me out, and he never done. Then he asks some. You find out later on he's dating somebody. You bitter and oh well, I was here all along, and he didn't even recognize me. Say what?
Mhm.
Nah, because I just said that I have no problem telling the guy that I'm feeling him. I
Okay,
simply,
well then why
but
don't you
see,
wait?
once I tell a guy that I'm feeling him, it's to me, it's on him to take that and run with it. If he doesn't take it and run with it, then I'm not going to take it and run. I'm not going to want to be like, oh, so I'm feeling you, so you want to go out? Like, we can go out to this. No, I'm be like, yeah, you're cool. You know, I
But
kind of like you. Okay. Then that's his job to take that from there. Is it?
no,
It's
and this
meet
and
me
this is like
halfway.
a
I'm not gonna do.
this is
because if you
well.
can't meet me halfway here, then you can never meet me halfway.
And then this is going back to earlier with the I'm independent and I'm this and I'm that. If you don't try or put your foot forward and say, okay, you think outside the box, he might not even be on that topic in his head. He's probably dealing with 5,000 other things. All he knows, you and him are cool. We hang out, we talk, we chat, we good. If you don't take the initial, if you don't take the step forward and say, okay, let me try and let me ask him out, that is gonna be like it's gonna be in the box of what if. What if
So
he didn't come
telling
to
the
me?
guy that you
What if?
like him in a certain way, saying that I like you in this way, that don't make him thinking. If it don't make him think about, oh,
No,
I like her back, then chances are he ain't
no,
thinking about you.
no, no, it does not. No, no.
Then I'm not gonna
And
pursue it.
I know a lot of
Man,
females are not gonna agree with me, but no. Men are very upfront. They
Yeah,
ain't
I'm
about
very
they're
upfront.
not red. No. But how you doing it is I'm gonna hint to you that I like you.
No, I
I'm
didn't
gonna
say
show up
hit.
there.
I said I
Wait,
like you in this way.
wait.
hold on,
But
That's
hold on,
that's
not.
hold on, hold on, hold on, whoa,
that's the
whoa,
point a
whoa.
little breadcrumb. Let me pelt it after you and see if it's gonna hit you, and it hit you in your eyes, so you can say, okay, let me look over here. You are not giving him all the information he needs. Just saying I like you in this way don't mean shit.
Okay, so going up to a guy and be like, "Hey, we cool, but I'm attracted to you this way, and I like you this way." If you like say, "I like you, I'm attracted to you as a person more than friends." If I say I'm attracted to you more than friends, and it don't click in your head, it's not hinting. That's fucking going up to you and say, "I want to be more than fucking friends." Ain't no hinting
Yes,
about it.
I want to be
That
more than fucking
that is
friends.
pretty
I
direct.
need more than friends. I want to, and I want to, and I need to is two different. Want and need is two different things. The approach is two different ways. That way of want and the telling that's like a hint. No, I'm gonna slap the shit in your face. I'm gonna stick it in your forehead. I
I'm gonna
want
go with a
you.
cultural difference here.
No,
I'm gonna go
that's
with a real cultural difference here.
that's uh I would have to say Judge Ruin, that's pretty direct enough. I mean, that's if she did all that honestly, like if she literally telling the truth and she did all that honestly, then you dealing with a stupid dude that
Thank you. Dumb as fuck.
I mean, well, like, cause I mean, women hate a lot, you know what I'm saying? And a shy dude would probably be like, okay, what you want me to do with this? But at some point, if she literally said those words pretty much verbatim, it's like, look, I am feeling you, and more than just a friend. And there's nothing else other than a friend. This is like your friend, or like where you going from there is pretty much like boyfriend status or dating and stuff like that. If you don't get that as a dude or a woman, then you need to be retrained or something went wrong. There's a glitch in the
And then,
matrix. Like at that
and
point,
then going well, yeah, and then that's the next thing, going back to what we talked about being trained. If your household wasn't like that, then what happened? If you
Am
didn't have nobody to teach you and coach you, hey,
I'm gonna say this: it has been women that have dropped hints, and like you said, men. The men are direct
We're live and direct creatures. Some people can get on them social cues and pick them up just like that. Them little hints. But some dudes, like, you got to tell me. You got to. And I think nowadays with all of Me Too and all this other shit that's going on, women
Fuck the
should
Me Too
let.
movement.
Well,
I don't even know what that is, to be honest.
The Me Too movement is a whole bunch of waiting 30 to 50 years to say somebody touched me inappropriately. Okay? No. If I gotta get to my whole point was, if you don't pick up what I'm putting down, and I'm being fucking direct by saying I like you more or something, or I want to, if you can't pick up on that shit, then you're not it. So that is I wouldn't call it a requirement. I would call it's a fucking requirement. If you can't pick up the shit that I'm putting down and I'm direct as fuck, I'm one of the most direct people I fucking know. If you can't pick up that shit, then obviously you're not it.
yeah, that's too, Lucy. You're like playing them games, going to the water cooler, bending over and stuff in front of you and doing. It's like they like to do them little reindeer to try
Ain't
to
nobody
get a
got time
dude.
for that shit. This is what I want. This is what I want to get. Do you want this shit too? That's how I feel about it. To me, the rest of that shit is a waste of fucking time.
But that's how most women move.
I ain't got time for that mentally.
You don't have
I got
time
enough
for
going on with myself.
that. But you don't have time. We're not just talking about Macante. We're talking about general across the board. You are one in a million. We're talking about general across the board. Women do that hint crap, and most guys, they don't get it. They can't stand it. But like, she's playing games. Nah, next. Most women are the hint game because my girls told me that I should do this, so let me do. No, bitch, no. Come on. Most women do that.
Exactly. Women, I didn't play some. I mean, I didn't have so many women play games with me. It's crazy.
The
But
the scariest thing is when men play games, though. The
Why is that
scariest thing
scary?
is when men play games. That shit's scary.
Why?
Because sometimes they're good at it. Sometimes they're manipulative and they want to get their way. I was talking to this guy a while ago. I want to say a while ago. It was a few months ago. A little bit more than a few months. And he told me all this shit. And he's a very direct person. Excuse me. And I know he's direct because I worked with him. But he moved on to another job when we started talking. And so because I knew he was like the direct, straightforward, honest person. And so I had no reason not to believe anything that came out of his mouth. But the way he moves, he analyzes you and who you are, and he adjusts himself to it. And he gives you exactly what he feels like you want or looking for. Because in the end, he wants you. And he'll tell you he wants you. And he'll tell you he wants everything that you want. And then he'll start to try to break that down. He'll start to, and I recognize it early because it was something that fake doms would do in the BDSM community. Say that they're okay with you not being into certain things, but slowly try to break you down into it. And if you didn't want to do it, they try to make you feel bad or guilt you into feeling like all terrible because you couldn't give them what they wanted. So I recognize that shit very easily. And it just slowly started, well, how about this? You know I don't do shit like that. Well, how about this? You know I don't. What about me being with a man and you know I don't do shit like that. So when men play games, because to me that was a game. And it was. It was, let's see how far I can push this person to give me some shit that I want.
mm-hmm.
And that's a fucking game. And when men play games, to me, it's dangerous. especially if
Women
you're
do that
as
shit
naive
too.
as I am. What?
Women do that shit too. It's
Oh,
mimicking.
We do?
Yeah, we
oh
do.
shit.
Oh, okay.
Oh shit. Okay, I'm gonna give you one. So there's this girl that I know that I ain't gonna say where I know her from, but we had knew each other for over a few years. So when we finally hung out, like we both wanted to smash. We smashed, but she knew that um I cared about her, right? Now she was out here. I'm just out here doing my thing, and but she was like, "Well, Killzown, I love you." Now, but she's still out here with other niggas. Now, since
Wait, wait,
then
wait, wait. She had sex with you, and then she going to have sex with other men?
basically,
Okay, go ahead.
but she said she wanted to be with me, and she loved me. Now, at first she was saying, "Well, we couldn't be together, this and the third," but then the next come out, love me, but she don't think that she's good enough, basically.
That's not
So,
games. Like, she was mentally fucked up.
okay, well,
Like, you picked a fucked up girl to play with. There's no other way to say it. She first of all, she had to be the most insecure person in the world. 'Cause not just insecure, just like insecure, lonely. 'Cause it ain't about you, and it ain't about playing with you. It's about her. And it's about her hopping around to all these dudes trying to. I don't know what she was doing, but her telling you that she wasn't good enough for you was key. That she was fucked up. Because she wasn't. She recognized that what she was doing wasn't good enough. But she wasn't going to change, and she wasn't going to stop. Because it was something about what she was doing that she felt that she needed to do. Or that she wanted to do.
yeah.
And it's keeping you on the line. People are so selfish that they don't realize they're keeping another person on the line.
Ain't nobody keep me on the line.
Oh,
I let
whatever,
it.
you prideful. I can't even call you little.
No,
Not
no,
little.
no. I'm being for real because if you choose another nigga over me, then I can't take you seriously, and you got to prove to me that you. No, I'm for real. Like
Well,
I
that,
would ask
that
you.
reminded me every prove my love.
No, no, it ain't about. It ain't even about that.
No.
You.
Wait, Jashawn, you know where I got that from, right?
I'm trying to remember.
I
It's
can't remember the name of the movie. It's a movie where he got a it's like somebody hitting on his girl or whatever. And he
The
got to get in
Pebble
a
and the
fight and
Penguin.
carry her out. Talking about some every night I gotta prove my love.
The Pebble and the Penguin.
Ooh, that sounds so familiar. It's not even funny.
Pebble and
What'd
the
you say?
Penguin.
Ain't no the penguin.
The Pebble and the Penguin.
I don't know what you're talking about.
No, it's another movie. Yeah,
It's not familiar,
damn.
but I know what you're talking about.
Fuck. Anyway, but I'm saying like, but for real, I'm just the type of guy. That a woman has to really. It's the same thing for me. Like if I like, I mean, it works both ways. If a dude is out here playing games or a dude is not sure or whatever. You know what I'm saying? But I don't just throw the whole person away. But at the same time, I'm not sitting there waiting like, I wonder when they're gonna come back. I wonder when she gonna come home.
I do. I throw the whole damn person away.
All the way.
Oh no, I'm
I
saying
mean,
like,
there was one instance where I did not throw the whole person away, and I don't know why the fuck I did that.
You got to throw the whole person away. Because you understand that those are behaviors indicative of.
Nah. It turned out okay. He cool, but we gotta come to an end. Cause we could all keep going on this shit forever, and we about at an hour and a half now. So,
oh, come on, Loopy, do the 2 hour jam. You know how we be doing it. I mean, I do beef for this. We do beef for this for like shameless plug for about
I know,
two and a
but
half.
you gonna pay for us to have the longer stretch on the thingy that I upload the podcast
Oh
on for us to be
yeah,
on iTunes and shit?
yeah. I forgot about that.
Cause I'm already have to pay to get this up to have 2 of them up next month. Cause we at an hour and a half. Cause I only get 2 hours. It's an hour for last time and an hour and a half this time. We're over by half an hour. So now I'm about to pay to get 3 hours.
Mm.
Alright
then. Okay. So where was I? Oh yes, we're gonna come to an end unless somebody else want to fund this thing we got going here. And we want to thank you all for listening. Not all of our podcasts or weekly things will be up on iTunes or Spotify is quick. And the reason being, like I just said, I gotta pay to get that published and to get it on there if I go over a certain amount of hours. Everything is always on YouTube.
I have to say sorry. All the sidetracking and everything.
Oh no, you're fine. You're fine.
Yeah,
I'm explaining to the audience. So
No, and I'm apologizing to them for that. I'm sorry.
my bad too.
Everything is always on YouTube. At Gov-Na LoOpy. It's GOV-NA LoOpy. If you don't know how to spell loopy, I'm sorry. I'm not gonna spell it for you. And that should conclude this whole thing. Next week we are jumping into the last of the we're jumping out of the Fall of the Black Family. No. We're last of the because we've done the Fall of the Black Family. We're doing the last of the breakdown of the Black African American family, and that goes into evolving together versus growing apart, which I've been planning for a minute, and it'll just talk about as a family evolving together or growing apart. Anyway, I'm gonna turn off the Craig bot. Tell the Craig bot to leave. Everybody say bye to the Craig bot.
Deuces.
You better not fuck this up, Craig. You better not fuck it up, bitch.
Oh Lord.